So we're in Laos. Laos is a landlocked country in Southeast Asia, wedged between Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam and China. We didn't know too much about Laos other than the fact that it's on the classic banana pancake backpacking trail. We didn't do any research going into this trip as we wanted some spontaneity, to leave some flexibility.
We're just going to extend our stay here
and to just go with the flow. So we jumped in a car full of local Cambodians and headed straight for Laos.
and we are out of Cambodia.
After walking across our first border
Just walking across the border.
and having a beer at passport control, we made it to our first stop just as the sun set on the Mekong River. And here we are.
Roadblock.
Our first stop was an island called Don Det, near the border, in the middle of the Mekong River. The island is so small, the best way to get around is by bike.
Here are our vehicles for the next 2 days. Let's go and explore.
I believe that the best way to get to know a place is to simply wander around, and after cycling for a while, we came across something interesting.
Whoa, look how powerful that bit is there.
Oh,
It's weird because what we've seen of the river so far is just so peaceful, and then there's just a massive waterfall.
there's actually so many of them.
This might be the hottest I've ever been. I've literally got sweat dripping down my face.
This is 100% the hottest of the hot. I'll prepare you. Watch where I lift my arm. That's a puddle of sweat that's come from my body.
We've just left the waterfall, come back to our bike, and there's only one here. Someone's taken the other bike. What do we do? The bike definitely isn't there, so the plan is we're going to jump on one bike, head to another touristy spot, and hopefully the bike would have been taken by mistake and taken there, and then we could just reclaim the bike. So this is the current situation.
Oh my goodness me. Well, this day took a turn.
Bike update, we managed to get it back.
After reclaiming the bike, we'd been told about a spot to watch the sunset, so we went to check it out.
Hello? I'm doing it. Ah!
What a spot.
Isn't this like the best place to watch the sunset on the island?
Apparently.
Luckily, we weren't disappointed as the sun set directly in front of us on the river, and that's how we ended our first night. As nice and relaxing the island was, the next day it quickly became apparent that there wasn't much to do or see.
We seem to have a roadblock. Oh my god, there's loads of them.
Luckily, we'd left our plans open, so we agreed it was time to move on. And if you've ever been to Laos, you'll know there's one place with plenty of things to do.
We're moving on today. We are leaving Don Det, heading all the way up to Vang Vieng.
Vang Vieng is a small town in northern Laos, famous for adventure sports and incredible scenery. Being practically the opposite side of the country to Don Det meant it was going to be a long journey.
Let's go. Morning walk with the cows.
First off, a boat ride across the river, followed by a 3-hour bumpy bus ride.
This might be the bumpiest bus I've ever been on.
We then hopped on an overnight sleeper bus to Vientiane.
It was a bit hard tonight, but that's fine.
Just arrived in Vientiane's southern bus station.
After arriving to the capital, we switched to the northern bus station by taking whatever you call this, followed by yet another bus, and eventually we made it to Vang Vieng alive.
The plan is, we're renting a bike, we're going to go to a viewpoint and some lagoons and have a day of fun. Oh, he's off. Smooth sailing, look.
So far, so good.
It looks pretty smooth.
I haven't actually driven it on any of the roads yet, but we're about to get on the main road.
How was your first drive back on a motorbike?
Pretty easy to be fair. It's like riding a bike.
That's what I said when I first recorded too.
We've just arrived at the Nam Yai viewpoint, which is probably the most popular viewpoint here in Vang Vieng.
Although the viewpoint is popular, it's not the easiest hike up. The path quickly turns to big rocks and the incline becomes steeper until you vertically climb it, not to mention the heat making it 10 times worse.
I don't know if you can see with the sweat dripping off my forehead right now. It's ridiculous.
After about 30 minutes we made it to the top.
Fair.
I was about to say the same.
The scenery is incredible, and although the view was hazy, being out of breath and profusely sweating on top of this cliff definitely feels accomplishing. After working up a sweat, we headed to one of the many lagoons in the area, a perfect place to cool off.
That was so good.
Are you going to do it?
I'm thinking about it. I'm a little bit scared. What if I let go? was a little bit scary, but it was really fun.
Good job.
Did I do good?
Yeah, it was good.
On our way back to town, we came across a roadblock.
Oh my gosh, the bridge is broken.
What?
Oh my god.
That's insane. We've been told the driver's okay, so no one's actually injured in the crash. We've seen a couple of bikes go through the river. We're gonna give that a go.
Gosh, my only concern is it's not our bike. Oh Ash. Oh god.
It was at this point we realised we'd made a mistake, but we were too committed to go back on ourselves. After pushing the bike across the river,
Yeah!
we made it back to town just in time to watch the hot air balloons during the sunset.
We've heard that this is a good place to come to watch the hot air balloons, but there's also a really good view of the mountains in the distance. Bit of a fail, there's only 3 hot air balloons.
Yeah, I just presumed there would be like 10 or 20.
And later that night we checked out the backpacker nightlife. And let's just say we had a good night. The next couple of days we continued to explore the surrounding area.
Today's activity of choice is exploring a cave, I guess.
Cave's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Oh, it's like...
Oh my god, it's huge.
I don't like being in here. It's creeped me out.
It's freaking me out as well.
Not the fact that we're in a cave, the fact that like, what if it just collapses?
Well, that wasn't a thought that was in my head, now it is.
Well, this goes on for ages. I mean, it's pretty cool. There's not really much in here, though, is there? Whoa, that just falls. That literally just drops into nothing. Yeah, there's literally nothing down there. It's just a big black hole that goes forever.
It's a balcony. That's a pretty cool view.
The good thing about leaving plans open and being flexible is the ability to move on when you're not feeling somewhere, or extend your time if you're enjoying, and this was one of those times.
Right, so we've been in Vang Vieng for a few days now, and we've decided that there's still more we want to do in the area. So instead of moving on, going further north, we're just going to extend our stay here. We've checked out of our hotel. We're going to check into another one.
What do you want?
Later that day we witnessed the first rain of the season, and when it rains, it really rains.
It's coming, the thunder's coming.
I really don't like that.
It's still going.
And when we woke up to clear blue skies, that meant only one thing. One of my favourite things to do in Southeast Asia is rent a bike and explore the countryside, and Laos is no exception. The sun beaming down, the warm breeze and the breathtaking scenery, it's hard not to have a smile on your face the entire time.
We've just pulled up here, we've come off the main road, come across the bridge. Check out how stunning the scenery is around here.
So beautiful. It never does it justice on camera.
We spent the next few days taking it all in, exploring the surrounding area that Vang Vieng has to offer.
Oh, he's walking through.
From rivers to lagoons, from the caves in the limestone cliffs to the views on top.
Time for another viewpoint. So the last hike we done was really touristy, but this one is literally 3 bikes in the car park. I'm assuming they're the people that worked on the bottom. So we might have this place to ourselves. The view up here is insane.
This may not have been the out of our comfort zone adventure we were looking for, but when we look back at our time in Laos, there's only positive experiences, friendly interactions, and just an all-round good time.